Hello, it's currently 40 degrees Celsius outside, and while I do like summer, 40 degrees Celsius is a bit too much, which got me thinking of the summer wind trend and people making jack-o'-lanterns out of watermelons, telling horror stories around campfires, watching spooky movies inside with the AC on. And even though goth is not my aesthetic, I thought it would be fun to compile a list of plants that could go into a goth slash Victorian slash dark academia garden. I got so excited that I needed to divide my list into at least two separate categories to be able to make a tolerable video to watch. So in this first video about goth plants, I'm going to talk about tropical plants that have dark foliage or bizarre characteristics. This compilation will be mostly a "this plant exists" list rather than an in-depth guide about these plants because I am not very familiar with growing tropicals. So what will be on this list? All the plants that are perennials to zone 10 to 11 and are hard to start from seed. Not impossible, hard. Most of the specimens here are propagated by cuttings or a result of tissue culture. This list is for people who live in tropical or hot climates, houseplant enthusiasts, folks looking for a summer shade garden idea, or people in temperate climates who don't mind spending a little more money for their summer full sun garden. This list is not for temperate slash cold climate perennials or annuals from seed. It's fine. My next video will be about goth annuals and perennials that can handle hard frosts. That being said, I compiled 36 standard plants that give off dark academia goth vibes. They cannot take frost unless I mention otherwise. Quick disclaimer, if you live in a climate that doesn't get frosts, make sure that none of the aforementioned plants are invasive in your region. Starting with a full sun foliage, a Califa inferno or flame copperleaf is an autumnal red colored bush. Next up, I present you 4 different alocasias. Alocasia infernalia is pitch black, Alocasia platina is silver, Alocasia mellow is a textured dark green, and Alocasia cuprea looks like it's made of copper. Alocasias love indirect light and high humidity. Anthurium Carla blacki is a lead-colored anthurium with very visible white veins within. They can take bright indirect light. Artemisia mauensis or Maui wormwood is a silver foliage herb. As such, it prefers full blasting sun. If you've never ran your fingers through an Artemisia shrub, I highly recommend it. Begonia is the queen of goth plants. For this video, I separated 4 specimens that fit the vibe perfectly. Begonia bipinaphtida is a muted colored fern-like plant. Begonia melomonobulata has spike-like protuberances in the leaves. Begonia rex dark mumbo has nail-shaped black leaves, and Begonia maculata has dark green leaves with polka dots. Begonias want high humidity and bright indirect light. Despite the bright color, Calathea crimson is on my list because of the unusual purplish pink center with pitch black borders. The leaves are very shiny. Indirect light and humidity are the preferred conditions. The next one is easy to take care of. We have a pot of it sitting outside in the shade and it's doing very well. I'm talking about Caladium. There are 3 in particular with dark foliage. Caladium midnight oil, Caladium black mamba, and Caladium dark choco are all maroon or dark red, which is perfect for an autumnal feel. They like to be kept moist. Celogene encrasata is the only orchid I have selected for this list. It's one of the few orchids with non-green foliage. The leaves are actually copper red, which will give you color interest when the plant isn't flowering. Bright indirect light and patience required. I've debated whether or not I should include coleus here, as they are pretty easy to grow from seed, but patent leather is one I haven't found seeds for. The foliage is pitch black and has a sheen to it. I prefer to grow my coleus in part shade, and it likes to be kept humid. Columeia gloriosa is a trailing plant with small dark leaves and bright red flowers. It likes bright indirect light and moisture. Giogenanthus ciliatus, or geoplant, is the shiniest plant you will ever see. The black leaves look like they're coated in resin. It likes bright indirect light and moisture. Homalomena humilis black velvet has smooth hairy leaves and prefers to be in very humid and shaded locations. The Homalomena dark metallic is similar, except it has black lucius coat instead of velvet. The next one is for collectors with a lot of money to spare. Monstera deliciosa divo monster. The deep fenestrations and white variegation lends the Monstera a ribcage appearance. Give it bright indirect light and be careful not to overwater. Irezini herbsty purple lady can take heat and sun like a champ. It's also known as chicken gizzards, probably because of the bloody burgundy color of the leaves. This one is a spiller, perfect for borders. Labesia 2 and 3 are perfect for terrariums, as they need high humidity. The leaves are this nice autumnal brown color, and they like bright indirect light. Lea amabilis is a tropical shrub with red stems and dark green leaves, with very striking white stripes cutting them. It's not a fussy plant. Give it bright indirect light and water when needed. One of the few plants that can withstand frost from this list is Persicaria microcephala red dragon. It is perennial from US zones 6 to 10. I have this one in the garden, growing part shade. The leaves are silver green with dark purple centers. It produces white flowers in contrast to the dark foliage. Philodendron erubescens regal rouge has dark cherry leaves that fade into mossy green as it ages. Give it bright indirect light and you're peachy. Pseudoranthemum black varnish is one of the most gorgeous black foliage in this list because it grows upright. It makes a statement in your garden, and it even offers cute little flowers. Grow it in morning sun outdoors and be careful not to overwater. Solanum oleanum is native to Brazil, though I've never seen it being sold when I lived there. Maybe it's not popular, but it should. It's a dark trailing vine and has these cute oval leaves. Give it bright indirect light and high humidity. Stapelia lendertzi, also known as black bell's carrion flower, is a succulent that doesn't look like much when it isn't flowering, but it is a must-have for a goth garden because it produces these bell-shaped flowers that resemble eggplants, and they reek like its name. Give it full sun. This one doesn't need a lot of water. Trandescantia zebrina dark desire is a trailing dark lady. Trandescantias are tough as nails and can survive a lot of abuse. Some are hardy to zone 7, but the zebrina is tender. Give it bright indirect light to avoid color bleaching. I will mention two types of grasses that have black leaves. Penistemon first night and Ophlopogum planiscapus, also known as black mondo grass. The first night grass loves full sun and gets darker the hotter it gets. Perfect for summer wind. Black mondograss can withstand frost and is hardy from zones 5 to 10. Unlike penistemon, it prefers partial sun or bright indirect light. Lastly, I would like to include two trees that produce fruits that look gothic to me. First is the pomegranate tree, hardy up to zone 7. They thrive in Mediterranean conditions and are ready to harvest between summer and fall. In Greek mythology, pomegranates were considered the fruit of the dead and linked to the myth of Persephone. The other fruit tree that I chose is the fig tree. Fig have these beautiful bloody red interiors, and just like the pomegranates, are ready to harvest between summer and fall. Figs are hardy up to zone 7. Well, that was a lot of plants to talk about, but I hope I have managed to introduce you to a specimen you've never heard of. Again, this is a rapid fire list. I don't go in depth about growing conditions of any one of them. Feel free to correct me about the requirement of these plants. I am not a houseplant person. Most of my gardening is done outdoors. Speaking of outdoors, the next video about goth garden plants will be about perennials and annuals for subtropical and temperate climates. Until then, ciao!